Flip My Florida Yard is brought to you by the Florida Department of Environmental Protection. Protecting Florida's environment starts with you. What you do in your yard can have an impact on the health of our environment and water resources.
Welcome to Flip My Florida Yard. On today's episode, we're in the small town of Odessa for a big backyard flip. Homeowners Tammy and Daryl are passionate about their community, Florida's environment, and as we quickly found out, they love to have fun.
It's party time. Oh, cut the music on, y'all.
You'll learn about Florida-friendly plants you can use in your landscape.
The other plant I want to show you is right here, perennial peanut.
I see why they call it a peanut. It's very small. Look at this.
Let's talk about these flower beds because they're massive. And a paver project you can do yourself.
And this is a DIY level project because you have a good stable pad, you attach the perimeter, and then you lay out the pattern in the center.
It's a flip so big, we called in the NFL. Oh my gosh, we have a former NFL player right here.
What's up, brother? How you doing?
How you doing, man? And of course, the big reveal.
This is a dream come true.
All this and more on Flip My Florida Yard. We're knocking on doors.
So excited.
And flipping yards into beautiful Florida-friendly landscapes, and all in 8 hours.
Is this really happening? Who's ready? Organized chaos.
Experts show us how to use Florida-friendly landscaping principles.
Putting the right plant in the right place.
Water efficiently.
Very low maintenance.
Fertilize appropriately.
All leading up to a dramatic reveal.
The best surprise of our whole life.
We're in Odessa, and we're ready to flip a yard. You guys ready to flip a yard? All right, let's do this. Johnson family?
Hey.
Come on out here, girl. Hey, today's the day. You don't have your shoes on. You're carrying your shoes.
I'm ready for everything and anything. You see, I'm TV ready, baby. I'm ready.
We are the Johnsons.
This is the coolest neighborhood ever. We've been here 25 years.
More than 25. The yard it's a little bland, but we love the view. If we can expand on that view and put some life in it, that'll be awesome.
I love the lake because it's such a beautiful backdrop. I love to give events, and people always want waterfront. We've had weddings. We do an Easter egg hunt every year back there. We've had birthday parties.
This is our slab. This is where everyone gets married, but as you can see, it's cracking.
We're looking forward to you making the yard hot, because right now it's kind of bland. It's spacious, and we have a view, but it's bland.
Florida-friendly landscaping is important to me because it will protect what it is that we have.
Before you leave, I want to introduce you to your flip crew. Okay. This is your flip crew. We're going to hang out in your backyard all day.
Okay.
And you guys are going to go to a beautiful state park.
Yes,
when you come back, you're not going to recognize your yard.
Oh.
It's going to be flipped, and it's going to be amazing. But we got to get you out of here.
Okay.
Are you ready to go?
I am.
Are you
so
ready?
Baby, I'm ready. I'm ready.
Let's go. You guys have a good time. We'll see you at 4 o'clock, okay?
Okay.
All right.
I'm ready. Thank y'all again. Flip my Florida yard.
We need about 8 hours to do it. So get on out of here.
We go. Bye, y'all.
Okay, guys, bring it in. The Johnson family just left. You know what that means. We have 8 hours to flip this Florida yard. Who's ready? All right, ready and go, 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 go. Let's do this. Welcome to the Johnsons' backyard. This today is going to be a backyard flip. It's going to be spectacular. Dad, Burner, come, keep coming, keep coming. Here we go. As you can see, this is a large, large space, a lot of grass. Let me show you what we're going to do today. To my right over here is going to be a large flower bed, half moon shape. I mean, these are massive, massive flower beds going in today. One over here and then one over there. This is that kind of bland concrete slab. This is that pavilion where people stand up here and say, I do, and get married. We are gonna beautify this pad here. The folks from Old Castle have a really cool plan for how they're gonna take this pad up a notch. We're gonna put Florida-friendly landscaping all around it, and it's gonna be beautiful. Another area we're gonna work on, the lake. The Johnsons live on a lake, and protecting this waterfront is really important to them. So we're going to be putting in some plants and some mulch down here to protect the waterway. A lot to do in a short period of time. When we're done, it's going to be amazing.
Florida-friendly landscaping is becoming a part of a majority of our projects.
Our flip designer, Ricky Pederica, is a landscape architect with over 15 years experience and specializes in Florida-friendly landscapes.
You gotta love the Johnsons, right? I mean, you just start laughing when you think about them. Tell me about these homeowners.
So they do a lot of events in their backyard. And so what my design was intended to be is take their outdoor event facility and put a couple walls on it and really define their space.
We've got your plan here. Kind of give me some perspective. What are we looking at?
The Johnson's house maintains a view to the lake currently, which I wanted to continue to have. But they also hold a lot of special events. So I wanted to create this open space here to start hiding away some of the backsides of their neighbors with some large screening foundation planting.
And this is really going to bring some focus to this area right here, which is really kind of the main event area.
Right. This is where, when they have weddings, this is where they have altars. This is where they take pictures.
Yeah.
So, and they've got a backdrop of the lake behind it.
So let's talk about this bed right here.
So we have some tiered plantings of shrubs and ground covers and ornamental grasses, 3 paired red cedar massing screening walls to eventually block out these views. And then closer on the waterfront, we're going to do a transitional wetland planting. This will also be a waterfront buffer.
So this area is part of that kind of protecting the waterfront. Anything that kind of comes off the land would kind of absorb some of those nutrients before it gets to the water.
Right, yeah.
A big part of Ricky's design, 2 massive flower beds. This means sod replacement, raking, hole digging, and planting. So we put out a call for reinforcements.
These beds are coming along. Look, we've got a lot of really great volunteers out here. Guys, thank you so much for working. Oh my gosh, we have people, we have master gardeners out here. We have neighbors. Oh my gosh, we have a former NFL player right here.
What's up, brother? How you doing?
How you doing, man?
I'm blessed, man.
You're here in the Johnsons' backyard. Tell us about that.
Well, from the moment that I got drafted in 2004, a long time ago, Tammy and Daryl have always been community builders. And once I got here, they introduced me to life after football, different things that I was good at. And Tammy has been one of my biggest fans. I love them. I reciprocate the love.
They want this yard to bless other people.
Yes.
So thank you so much for being here. I know they're going to love the fact when they find out that you were in their yard, sweating,
bringing the championship work ethic
to
this yard right here.
All right, well, listen, I'll help you out here. Let's keep back at it.
Getting your hands dirty. You need some gloves, Chad. I mean, come on, man.
Right here is good.
Right here?
Yes, sir. All right.
Lots of plant material going in this yard, Scott. How much?
There's a couple hundred plants here.
Scott Radford, owner of Holly's Farm and Garden, has over 40 years experience in the landscaping industry. So I was eager to tap into some of that knowledge.
Scott, you see a lot of people buying plants, putting them in the ground. What's the #1 mistake that you see homeowners do?
Spacing is the main thing, and a lot of our people are coming from northern climates where things don't grow nearly as quickly as they do here.
So the angst is to want to put things closer together just because it looks better on day one.
That's absolutely right.
What's the difference between coming to a nursery versus a box store in terms of getting good information?
You may get lucky at a box store and find, someone that works there that knows what's going on. But at a nursery, you have people that are into the green industry. They're doing it because they like to do it. They have the knowledge, and they're there to enjoy passing it on to the homeowner. The Florida-friendly landscape, the main principle of it is the right plant in the right place, that everything else falls in place after that. Less water, less fertilizer, and less chemicals working their way into the environment.
Who's going to get all these in the ground?
Thought you were.
Oh, well, we better get to it.
Let's do it.
That's great. It's no secret, Florida has an invasive plant problem.
Florida is one of the top states in the United States for invasive species, and it's a real problem.
Dr. Dia Lawrence shares some ways we can identify and manage invasive plants.
The impacts of invasive species are actually more than you would expect. This can be to the environment, to the economy, and to human health. Invasive species have always been coming to Florida, from the time of settlement. An example of an invasive species is what you see behind me. This is water hyacinth. This is on our prohibited plant list. This is a top floating plant and shades out a lot of the bottom rooting plants below. This is just one of many species in Florida that's causing us problems. Just about everywhere you turn, you might find one of these invasive species in a natural area, outcompeting our natives and causing these negative impacts. One of the ways that plants get here is through contaminated seed. So if you go to a big box store and you see these little seed mixes of wildflowers, there's no guarantee that it's the species that it says it is. So there might be things that make it into the mix on accident. But there are also intentional introductions. So some plants have been planted for things like habitat improvement. Some species have been planted to do things like prevent erosion. So now that's become an invasion. When they planted it, they had no idea it was going to become a problem. Choosing species that are, not going to escape from their planting, that's one of the best ways that they can curb the spread. The other thing about removing the species is make sure you're doing it correctly. So if it is on the prohibited list, just check with your county extension agent about how to dispose of that plant material. Homeowners can make a difference by choosing the right plants to put in their landscape and removing the invasive species that they might have in their yard.
Let's get back to our flip.
Watch out. This one we'll get in right there. Now we'll start making the second line.
He's doing it. We're laying it out. Ricky, what are we doing right here?
We're trying to set the plants on their mature sizes and spacing accordingly. We're setting the plants up so when they're full, they don't cram into each other and slam into each other. And then we're using a triangular spacing so that it doesn't look like rows of organized formal hedges. Is just a massing of a planting bed. When I met with Tammy and Daryl, they wanted an easy to maintain yard that supported their multifunctional uses for this backyard space. And I wanted to provide them with a landscape that helped smooth and beautiful execution of those events.
So you've got this grass here in this kind of triangle. Is this the triangle you're talking about here?
Exactly.
It kind of works its way all the way around?
It keeps it looking naturalistic and not overly formal.
Versus like just stacking them in a row or even having them like this, right?
Exactly.
Like that would be just this formulaic, but offsetting them a little bit.
It just breaks the lines up so you read it as one large mass and not as a series of rows.
The focal point of the Johnsons' backyard is a large concrete slab located near the lake, but it needs a major upgrade. Chris Bettinger has a fairly easy way to do just that.
So Chris, this is that kind of event space, really what they call the party pad. This is where they've had a lot of events on this concrete slab. It's gotten mildewy, there's cracks all in it. But you're here to fix that, right?
You don't want to have to take something like this out because all the damage, the cost, what are you going to do with all the old concrete? What we're doing is putting a new coating on top. We're taking a thin paver, laying it down very simply, and this is a DIY level project because you have a good stable pad, you attach the perimeter, and then you lay out the pattern in the center, and you run with it from there.
Let's talk about this product here. What are we working with?
This is our Holland 4x8. The nice thing about this product is a 2-to-1 ratio. What that means is it's twice as long as it is wide. So you have all sorts of patterning options. You can put them into a herringbone. You can do a hatch pattern, which is what we're doing here. You can put those in a soldier bond. And the nice thing about this is we're able to do it without having to do any cuts. A lot of people are intimidated by using a concrete saw. This, because of the dimensions, lays out beautifully.
While we're hard at work, the Johnsons are hard at play. We've sent them to Hillsborough River State Park, a diverse park that's just 7 miles from Tampa.
We had never been to this park, and we've been here since 1986. What I like is the beauty of it, the flowing waters, and just the knowledge that the rangers share with us.
Hillsborough River State Park offers a refuge from city life with wildlife viewing on 7 miles of nature trails.
This actually drains into Tampa Bay.
Okay.
So where the Port of Tampa is, that is actually the beginning of Hillsborough River.
Besides enjoying a living history lesson, visitors can kayak or canoe on river rapids, which are rare in Florida.
The more you're out here, the more you recognize we are one. Even this river that's flowing right here, when we get to downtown Tampa, a busy, bustling place, this same water runs through there into the bay. So yes, it's very important that we connect with nature and know what's going on and how our ecosystem affects the world.
I can't imagine what's happening in my yard. And what do you think's happening in the yard?
Whatever is happening, I'm excited. I know it's going to be beautiful. I've been watching the show, so I'm just waiting to see what they're going to do with mine.
Okay, let's get a little noon checkup and see how the yard is coming. Look, we've got plants in the ground. This was a major feat, a lot of plants, very large flower beds that we created here for the Johnsons. As you can see, kind of wraps around here. One giant one here, and then another big one over here. Again, we've got plants in the ground over here too. Our volunteers are kicking, fanning, and taking names. Let's check out the party pad here. So look, we're about halfway finished here. This is looking really good. Really putting a new surface or a new face on this concrete pad. It's gonna look really nice. Gonna be landscaping that goes all the way around it. Real focal point to the yard here.
We're going to add some features to this landscape that will bring in more wildlife. Some of the plants we're choosing actually provide nesting and cover for birds, or they produce fruit or berries that will be very attractive to the wildlife in this area.
Extension agent Nicole Pinson goes over some of her favorite plants in today's landscape.
This one is one of my absolute favorites. This is called Walter's viburnum, and it's a small plant now, but it does get to be a large shrub. You can even prune this into a small ornamental tree. The reason why I love it and why I think these homeowners will love it is because it forms a dense thicket, and it's a great place for birds to hide. It also produces lots of white flowers in the spring, so they'll get spring blooms. Then when it stops blooming, it will produce fruit, which birds also love. Another plant that I want to point out are the beach sunflowers with the yellow daisy-like flower. Beach sunflower is a Florida native plant. It's very easy to grow.
I mean, that thing kind of goes, doesn't it?
It does, and color choice was important to these homeowners. They liked lavenders, purples, and golds. So we've got the yellow flowers, but these plants will also bring in pollinators to this garden. The other plant I want to show you is right here, perennial peanut.
I see why they call it a peanut. It's very small. Look at this.
It's very small, but it will grow and spread. It's an excellent ground cover, very drought tolerant. You can even use this to replace turf grass in sunny areas.
Mow it?
You can mow it lightly if you need to, but most of the time it's just gonna grow close to the ground and it won't really need the mowing. This one's called EcoTurf. It's a great one to put in your Florida landscape.
We have over 25 volunteers working in Tammy and Daryl's backyard today.
Can I have all my master gardeners come over here? If you are a master gardener, I need you to muster. I want to introduce the master gardeners who came out here to help. First of all, thank you.
Our pleasure, our pleasure.
Those who aren't familiar with the master gardener, what is a master gardener?
The Master Gardener program was created to actually help extension agents service their county. We are trained by the University of Florida, and we support Nicole and the extension in bringing Florida-friendly landscape principles to homeowners.
And you have to enjoy this.
Yeah.
You have to enjoy this, right?
All little girls want to be able to do this.
I want to introduce some of the volunteers. You guys, come on in here really quick. What I love about this is you guys know Tammy and Daryl.
Really genuine, wonderful. Best way to describe it. Tammy and Daryl are very inspirational. They always give back. They're very big-hearted people. I'm always there for Daryl and Tammy.
Well, we're here for them today, too. I know that they feel very blessed to have this space, and they want to bless others with it. Again, thank you so much for being here.
One of the key principles of Florida-friendly landscaping is watering efficiently. So we brought in Joe Sweat to evaluate the Johnson's irrigation system.
The Johnson's backyard has a really old irrigation system, which is quite prevalent in our area in Florida and Tampa Bay. A lot of leaking heads at the seals, just in general. A lot of waste of water when you turn it on.
Joe's team installed pressure-regulated heads to distribute water more evenly and reduce water waste caused by excessive pressure. They also added flex pipe on every sprinkler head.
And this is just flexible PVC. So, really, all it's doing, when you set this in the ground, and when Skylar glues this in, this creates a flexible joint.
Okay.
So that way you can step on it, you can twist it, you can bend it. It's not going to break the pipe.
Another water-saving upgrade is a smart controller. that uses Wi-Fi to track local weather patterns.
We're tracking the weather here so that way it'll actually predict what the software is thinking it's going to be able to do based on local temperature, precipitation, and be able to adjust those watering times so that way you're not overwatering or underwatering your grass, and it'll automatically adjust for you. With everything we did today in the Johnson household, we were actually able to save them approximately 25 to 30% of water usage.
Before we jump back into our flip, Tom Wickman from Florida Friendly Landscaping Program shares with us some yard maintenance tips on yard waste.
Anyone maintaining a landscape knows that they have to deal with debris that's generated, whether it be grass clippings, leaves, small limbs. What do we do with all this stuff? Number one, if you're mowing the lawn, let the clippings lay on the lawn. They don't contribute to thatch, and they do add nutrients back to the soil. When you cut off small limbs, you can just tuck those behind larger plants. They'll break down and add organic matter back to the soil. Now, when you're designing the landscape, before you even buy plants, consider buying dwarf plants, ones that will take less pruning. You're not going to have to prune as often or as much. And make sure you're spacing them at the right spacing and far enough away from the house, again, so you don't have to prune more often. Another thing you can do is create large self-mulching areas underneath trees. So if you have a lot of trees, just make a large bed and allow those leaves to fall naturally. Now, if you have a lot of leaves that you've collected, they make great mulch in other beds. One of my favorite ways to recycle yard waste right on your property is to utilize a compost bin. Locate your compost bin in a sunny location where there's a water source somewhere nearby so that you can keep the moisture level up. Now, we want to add layers of greens and browns. So the greens are going to be that leafy material. The browns are going to be things like small twigs and leaves. You put those in layers as you're filling up your compost bin. And make sure that you're maintaining them properly. They'll take a little bit of turning that compost, and you'll have to keep the moisture up, but it turns into black gold that you can utilize in your landscape. By following these few tips, you'll find out that a lot of the nutrients that your landscape needs are already there. It just needs to be recycled properly.
And now, back to our flip. Another Florida-friendly landscaping principle is protect the waterfront. Nicole shows me how a buffer zone works to filter water before it gets to the lake.
All right, Chad, we're gonna put that plant right over there.
Right here?
What we're trying to do is to create a buffer zone from the homeowner's lawn to this lake right here. So as homeowners are maintaining their landscape, what these plants are gonna do in this buffer zone is to keep some of those grass clippings and the nutrients even from the landscape from going into the lake or the pond.
You're not mowing this, you're not fertilizing it.
That's right.
It's like this sponge that's supposed to, it's gonna protect the lake, right?
That's right, and it'll make it more beautiful.
Protecting the waterfront is important to me because that's my space. I have a relationship with the wildlife down there, with the birds, with the gators. I take video of them, and I just enjoy it.
To help attract wildlife to the Johnsons' backyard, I'm making a simple wildlife pole. Consisting of a 4x4 pressure-treated post with wooden dowels that will support bird feeders.
We're gonna add some features to this landscape that will bring in more wildlife, and you'll notice in the landscape design that some of the plants we're choosing actually provide nesting and cover for birds.
I mean, between the lake and this, a little bit of a wildlife sanctuary right here.
It's like a paradise here.
Okay, Ricky, we're looking good, right?
Yeah, yeah.
How are you feeling?
I'm feeling great.
So let me go get them. I'll bring them here. I'll be here in about 5 minutes with them, and we'll do this reveal. Okay, this yard is officially flipped. How y'all doing?
Good. We're excited. We're excited.
I am super excited to see Daryl and Tammy's reactions. We have all worked so hard to create a landscape that really suits this family. And I know that they can't wait to throw a party here, and I'm hoping I'll be invited.
They're trying to push it to the lake, baby.
Are you guys ready?
Yes!
Are you ready? When I count to 3, I'm going to say remove your glasses. Okay?
All right.
Ready?
Yes.
1,
Yes.
2,
Don't let me go.
3. Remove your glasses.
Before, the Johnsons' backyard was pretty empty, with very little plants and an inefficient irrigation system. 8 hours later, they have 2 large flower beds filled with Florida-friendly plants. The concrete pad has been resurfaced with new pavers and surrounded by more Florida-friendly plants. Their outdated irrigation system has been refurbished to water more efficiently. There's also a feeding pole to attract birds. And their waterfront has a buffer zone to reduce runoff into the lake. In only a few months, this landscape will begin to flourish, bringing color, pollinators, and plenty of pop for the Johnsons' next backyard event.
When I took my glasses off, I saw pavers,
Yes, yes.
I saw mulch, I saw bushes, not bushes, I saw shrubs. Is that what I call them? What do you call them?
Shrubbery is good. This
is nice.
Florida living.
Yes.
And we are so happy.
Thank you. I am going to totally enjoy my new slab.
Entertain.
I can't even call it a slab anymore. What do we call it now? Our party pad.
Party pad.
Okay, our new party pad. It's party time. Oh, cut the music on, y'all.
It looks like what I need it to be, which is easy to maintain. It is truly a Florida-friendly landscape.
Hey, Daryl and Tammy, this is a Florida-friendly landscaping recognition sign because your yard qualifies for this.
Hey, can I put it in?
We got the silver one.
Boom. We are official.
Thanks for flipping my Florida yard.
Okay, that was a fun flip. Tammy and Daryl's positive energy was infectious, and we wish them much success with their new Florida-friendly landscape. Well, that's our show. We hope you're inspired to help Florida's environment by starting in your own yard. And remember, everyone doing a little, well, that's a whole lot.
I just want to tell you, thank you, thank you, thank you. We are truly enjoying our yard.
I added this right here myself, y'all. Look what I did. Hey, we want to thank you for allowing us this Florida-friendly landscape. And this is just a wonderful, wonderful thing that you all have done. Thank you so, so much.
Flip My Florida Yard is brought to you by the Florida Department of Environmental Protection. Protecting Florida's environment starts with you. What you do in your yard can have an impact on the health of our environment and water resources.